chose the world and the ways of it. Another chose the promised land. Remember, the promised land is symbolic to heaven. So with that being said, I want us to put a pin in that last part of verse 11. They separated themselves, the one from the other. And if there's no question or comment, we're going to start tonight in verse 12.
Verse 12. Abraham dwelled in the land of Canaan, and Lot dwelled in the cities of the plain, and pitched his tent to watch Sodom.
So now we notice here that Abram dwelled in the land of Canaan. Canaan. Abram lived where he could prosper spiritually. You see, most times we look for a place that we can prosper physically, materially. But he was looking for a place that he could prosper spiritually. Lot lived where he could prosper within the world, where he could secure the world's possession, enjoy the bright lights and the pleasures of the world. Abram continued his pilgrimage of faith. He refused to settle down, moving all around the land of Canaan. The Canaanites had settled in the land and built cities long before Abram arrived. The Canaanites were the original settlers of the land. It would have been dangerous for Abram to settle down and stay in one place too long, because the local citizens would have felt threatened by his permanent presence. Abram did not want the wickedness of the Canaanites to influence his family nor his workers. So God had called him to live a life of faith and separation from the wilderness of this earth. God had called him to set an example of godliness before the world. Abram knew what any thinking and honest person knows. Fellowshipping with the wicked of this world contaminates a person. 1 Corinthians 15 and 33, I believe it is. It said, evil communication corrupts good manners. This is why young people, your parents, grandparents, they are concerned with the people you hang out with. You might look at those people and say, I feel like they all right. But they don't see things you haven't. So that's why they're concerned. He and his family lived in the world, but they were not to be a part of the world. Abram was not going to settle down and live in the midst of the ungodly, live where they could influence and lead his household away from God and into sin. But this was not true with Lot. Lot moved where he could prosper within the world and enjoy its pleasures and possessions. Where did Lot settle? In the cities. Remember, that's plural. Lot, just as Abram, had to move all about in search of new pasture when his large herds used up the particular pasture. But note where Lot moved his herd, always close to the cities of the Jordan plain, right in the midst of the ungodly of the earth, right where the sins of the world were bound to influence him and his dear family. And we found that to be true as we travel on a little further in the scripture. We know that what happened with his daughters and their husbands because of them living so close. Matter of fact, they had moved in. So we notice what happened with his wife as we move a little further, I believe about the 19th chapter, because of her looking back because she had been contaminated with the sin and the ways of the world. I've come to find out that sometimes when we get so close to the sin and the ways of the world, we start to think that it's all right. Because we'll look around and see how many people is doing it. And we determine from how many people is doing it, and we say, well, it got to be all right, everybody else is doing it. But if God says in his word, that is not right. It's not right. Remember, we have seen, since we've been studying in this book, we have seen the earth destroyed because the Bible said all of them had started following the ways of the world. They had left God. So is there any question or comments on verse 12? He said, Abram dwelled in the land of Canaan. Lot dwelled in the city of the plain. They both had to move their herds around because as they would eat up the grass or whatever, you have to put them in a fresh place. Even today, you'll find people that have cattle or horses or anything like that. They have more than one pasture. They got one pasture they eat out. When they start and ate that up, they move them into another pasture. The reason they move them into the other pasture is while they're eating the grass of that pasture, the other pasture will be growing. A lot of them fertilize the grass so that it'll grow faster. They put chemicals in it to make it good grass. So is there any questions or comments on verse 12? And the thing with the cities are, when you're a businessman, business people want to be around places where they conduct business. So now by he had herds, that means he had to sell whether it was, this is how he made a living, whether it was cattle, or whether it was sheep, or whether it was goat, or whether it was donkeys, it didn't matter, horses. But this is how he made his living. So when we put our trust in what we can see, he said, I see that I can do well close around this city. But then when I see my way, I'm not trusting my faith in God doing it for me, providing for me. Any questions or comments on verse 12? If not, let's go to verse 13.
But the men of Sodom were wicked and sinners before the Lord exceeded.
But the men of Sodom were wicked and sinners before the Lord exceeded. Now when we look at the last part of verse 12, it said he pitched his tent towards Sodom. So Lot moved to Sodom, to the place where the people were wicked and very sinful. They sinned openly and in plain view of God. This means they did not try to hide their sin. They had no shame over their sin. They probably did what many do today, declare that their behavior is not wrong. It is not sin. It is only a personal preference, a private choice, and a person's individual right to do as he wishes. There was not a godly or righteous person in Sodom, not a single person, yet Lot moved to Sodom, to the outskirts of the city. He moved there because he wanted what the city offered. Its business opportunity, bright lights, the pleasures, the possessions, and the positions. Lot turned away from God and his promises and turned away in order to seek the world and its possessions and pleasures. And so many times, this happened to people today. You see, it's not that they're intending to turn away from God, but they get so deep into sinful places where everybody else is doing it, and it becomes the norm, and before they know it, they have slid away from God. It's kind of like it was with Samson. You remember when the Philistines, you say the Philistines is up on you, Samson shaking, said the Bible said the Spirit of the Lord will come upon him. But then, after he had to broke every rule that God had given him, the last one cut his hair. Bible says he got up, he shook himself. But guess what? The Spirit of God was gone. But guess what? He didn't know it. You see, the thing with Samson is like us. See, one sin leads to another. this is why it's so important for us to stay away from sinful places. We don't need to be in the midst of it. No matter how strong you think you are. If God don't send you there, don't you volunteer and go there. And if God sent you there, he sent you for a purpose. Make sure you do that purpose and you get on out. Any question or comment?
That's kind of dangerous situation to be in right there.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? You slip up, down on
Mm-hmm.
and thinking you're right, and when that day comes, you know, finally realize, you know, you get a bit of trouble there at the end.
That's correct.
You know, and different things. So you have to be wise, careful.
That's correct.
That day for real. It's ugly out there anyway.
You know, sometimes we can get so caught up in sin. And we'll say, and you can ask people today, say, do you want to go to hell? No! Where you want to go? I want to go to hell. I asked a young man today, he lives close to I-85. And I asked him, I said, if you get on 85 going toward Montgomery, can you get to Atlanta? He said, no. I said, why not? I said, what if you wanted to go to Atlanta, but you're going toward Montgomery? Can you get to Atlanta then? He said, no. I said, why not? He said, because I'm going to have to turn around to get to Atlanta. I said, what if you're going toward Montgomery, but you are saying that you want to go to Atlanta? I said, can you get to Atlanta then? He said, no. He said, you're going to have to turn around in order to go to Atlanta. I said, you know, you're right. I said, that's the same way it is with heaven and hell. There's no difference. If I'm traveling the road of disobedience, I don't care how much I say, I want to go to heaven. I am traveling to hell. And nothing gonna change that except I turn around. I don't understand why this don't penetrate the mind of the world. How do you expect to get to a place when you're traveling in the opposite direction? This is why Abram continued to travel in the land of Canaan. Canaan represented the promised land. Yes, Brother Forte. Al?
Yeah,
Look up now, you know I can't hear good.
I just want to say, if you going that, like, that's just like people now be like, oh, well, they want to go to the beach, they want to go to Atlanta, or ain't no opportunity here, or like, what you looking for? Like, that's the thing with this, like, he wasn't looking for trying to seek no God. He was looking for what he saw, and that was at Sodom. You know, and like, that's just like people getting, like people who left him, you followed, went to Atlanta and came back faggots and all type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, did Atlanta make them a faggot? Going to Atlanta? You know what I'm saying? I mean, is that what they wanted to do? Or is that what they already had wanted to do? That's what I'm saying. like a lot, like it was Abram was seeking God, like, and God talked to Abram, and like with Lot, he just, I mean, I don't, it's like he ain't want to seek God. It's like now, like people ain't here because they ain't trying to seek no God.
Well, I won't say that Lot didn't want to see God. Because even the people that
seek
seek God. Well, now that's a different horse there. But in order for us to seek God, we have to go after him. And you're correct. People tell me all the time, I want a better relationship with God. I want God to be the head of my life. But what are you doing to learn how to allow him to be the head of your life? You see, in order for me to allow him to be the head of my life, I have to learn about him. But how can I learn about him when I stay away from him?
But that's just the same thing like people say, like, if you want to be a good basketball player, you're going to try to play, you're going to be playing basketball every chance you get. I mean, like, if you want to learn how to swim, you're going to try to go get lessons and learn how to swim. If you don't really want to learn how to swim, you don't care that, oh, I want to learn how to swim, but man, you scared of water, you still don't want to get in the water.
That is correct. So that means that we have to make a choice there, though.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you know, people say stuff, but like, when I be like, man, people be like, thank God. Like, man, what God? Because I'm seeking this God. I'm trying to know it ain't but one true and living God.
And you have to continually seek him.
Yeah, continuously.
That he is a rewarder of those that diligently seeks him. We seek everything else. And the things a person seeks, they usually go get. Because they're not going to let anything get in their way. We have seen that from the scripture. I believe it was the 11th chapter. When the Bible said they were building a tower to heaven. And he said there was a one mind. He said they could accomplish anything. They had their mind set. And it's just like we have to have our mind set. The thing that we want, we set our mind to. If I want to be close, if I want to have a close relationship with the Lord, then I'm going to set my mind to do it. Any other question or comment?
Pastor, I just want to comment on what your discussion at hand. Because I think when you are seeking things and you ask God guidance, and he puts you in a place where you know you can do well, that's a whole different thing. Because if he put you there, he's going to be with you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, while you're there. I can attest to that. I know he was there with me, but at a certain point, you know, there's going to come a time when you really need to be working on that spiritual side. And I think that happens as you get older. You start thinking more about that spiritual side than that physical side. Because, you know, when you done been there and done what you need to do and, you know, and raised your family and stuff like that, well, your views are just the process in life is going to kind of change, you know. And that went, you know, I know for me it did, for sure. And so, you know, after that, you know, move back here, it's that spiritual side that I continue to seek to grow and to be a blessing to others and stuff. So, you know, that's a part of our Christian growth as well. And Lord, I guess, you know, he was a young man, he was looking, he pitched the intent so he could look over what was going on. Sometimes it ain't that good to see what's going on when God already with you. You know, you look out there. You know, I heard those saying, well, it's all right to check out the menu. No, sometimes it ain't. You know, it's better that meal too expensive for you to buy. You know, so I think he didn't realize it. He was still young. But Abram, he knew, he understood. That's why he did things, you know, in the way in which he did. He was an humble man in terms of how he approached life. And I think that comes with age and experience with the Lord too.
And you said, Deacon Forte, that was a key there that you used. When God placed you someplace. Now, in that key, if God puts you in a place, make sure when you get there, you don't forget about God. You see, a lot of times we can go to a place and then we forget about the one who put us in the place. And we'll get caught up in what we do or how we've done it. So if God puts you in a place, make sure you don't forget about who put you there and know that there's a purpose that he has put you there. And it's not always just to make money, just to hold a position, just to become rich or famous or anything of that nature. And I'm not telling you that God won't give you the riches of the world because he said that he will. It's in here. But our problem is most is that we seek after the riches and the wealth of the world, and we put God in the rear. And he is a God that's jealous, he said. Now that's what he said. He says a jealous God. And he want to be first. He want to be priority. Not second there, not third there. He want to be number no. Thou shalt have no other God before him. Is there any other question or comment?
You know, I mean, hold you over there, but this right here, you know, it's just like when Locke was back there someday, you know, he pitched his tent toward that city, and they telling her how that city was. So he telling me I need to be careful how I pinch my tent, because now you got a lot of Solomon's out here nowadays. You know, they're growing people. You see things, you know, look at this internet thing, you know, that's a city. They're growing people's mind off into getting away from God. And we stay with it. You know, I pitch my tent on this, whatever I'm doing on this particular site or whatever, and that's my thing. And I'm knowing it's wrong, but it's just part of society. I'm in it. So we got a lot of things that, you know, distract us, just like Lot had back then. We got more now.
Amen.
But we supposed to have more of a knowledge about these things than Lot had, because now you teaching us. Lot of times they teach Abraham and yada yada yada, but now look what we supposed to be more advanced when we see these things. But look how we go after these things.
We follow the bright light.
Amen.
The big God.
Just like they grow mosquitoes and flies, you do things, there we go. We just ain't stuck to the light like the bugs, but there we go. So it's, you know, it's kind of important how we, you know, focus on things nowadays.
That's right.
Draw us away from God. There's a lot.
That draws away
Get our attention
from God.
from God.
And the thing is that it always starts small. And then they'll add a little bit to it. Then they'll add a little more to it. And you see, we start to miss what they're adding. And we'll get hung up, and next thing they got a clean up tray.
Amen.
You know, you got slid clean off. Just with just a little bit at a time. Any other question or comment? If not, let's just 14 through 17.
And the Lord said unto Abram, after Lot was separated from him, lift up now thine eyes, and look from the place where thou northward and southward and eastward and westward. For all the land which thou seest, to thee will I give it, and to thy seed forever. I will make thy seed as the dust of the earth, so that a man can count the dust of the earth, then shall thy seed also be counted. Arise, walk through the land in the length of it and in the breadth of it, for I will give it unto thee.
Now, look at this. This is sometimes what we don't like right here. It's separation, especially of loved ones. The people that we want to be closest around us, we'll do anything sometimes to keep those people around us. But look at what happened here in verse 14. It said, the Lord said, now, I ain't noticed the Lord saying nothing to Lot.
That's right.
You know, because Lot ain't listening for the Lord's voice. Lot is not seeking the Lord's voice. Lot is looking for what he can see. He's looking for how he can become successful. I think that's the word that we like. No, the word we like to use. He's looking to make something out of himself. Y'all need to get that part there. He's looking to make something out of himself. Abram evidently looking for what God gonna make out of him. Now, then he said, and the Lord said unto Abram, now this after Lot to go. After that, Lot was separated from him. Now, Abram, lift now up thine eye. You know what that tells me? Evidently, Abram was looking down.
His son done left.
His son done left him. That is correct. So he's sad in spirit. It said, and look from the place where thou art northward and southward and eastward and westward. He said, now look around. Listen to what the Lord is saying. I know you're feeling bad. You're feeling down because your nephew gone, who you thought was going to be your inheritor. I got to separate. See, God knows the thoughts of a man. God knew what Lot laid down and thought about that night. God knew what Lot thought when he was looking at the bright lights. God knew that Lot's heart was actually over there. So now, before God blessed Abram, he moved Lot. Why would God move Lot? Why would this separation come? We know it came up over argument. It was orchestrated by God.
He could have been a stumbling block. He could have been one.
Any of those things because his mind wasn't right. But this is what we need to see. Sometimes the people that you're trying to keep the closest around you is the ones that keeping you from being blessed. You see, every blessing that Abram got, it overflowed onto Lot. How do you think Lot got to be such a good businessman and got the wealth that he got? It came from Abram, his uncle. His teaching on how to do business. His first cattle he got came through him. And everything, see, when you stay close to the people of God, blessings overflow on you. Just because of where you are and who you belong to. So now, God separated Lot and Abram, and now God said, now, you feeling bad? Hold your head up, Abram. Look around you, just as far as you can see. I'm going to bless you with this. Look at, sometimes, the one you trying to hold on to and God is moving, you can keep yourself from being blessed because I refuse to let them go. So when you say I refuse to let them go, you're actually telling God I refuse to accept this blessing. Because I want to hold on to what I see. That's what Lot went after. What he could see. As believers, we walk by faith. Why? Because we know what God can do. So now, it said, verse 14, they were separated. For as you can see, verse 15, he said, for all the land which thou seest, to thee, look at what God is saying. I'm going to give this to you. This, to thee will I give it. And not only, now watch this thing, because of who you are and what I have chosen you for, and because you are willing to follow me, not only you going to be blessed, but your seed. Wait a minute. Amen, got none yet. That should ensure him. I might not have, but I will. It also, see, sometimes, let me show you something. Sometimes we want to hurry God up when he shows us some things. I'm one of those people. I've been down that road. I'm not telling you I'm on that road now, but I've been down. God has showed me what he was going to do. God has told me he's going to do this right here. Guess what? Lord, I ain't seen it yet. Now, this is what I want y'all to get out of that. The Lord had to speak to me. He said, now, I haven't showed it to you. So that means you got a while to be here until you see it. Y'all get it? In other words, that might be when he showed me all of that, he might say, okay, it's time to come home now. But if I hadn't received it yet, I don't care what weapon form, I don't care what the doctor say, I don't care what nobody say. I'm not going to go nowhere. Do you know why I can say that? Because I have not seen what God has promised. But guess what? We got to have faith. When the trial comes, when the temptation comes, when the suffering comes, we're going to have faith that God is faithful to do exactly what he said. Because now you know, without faith, it's impossible to please God. So, now look, he said, to thee will I give it, and to thy seed for a little while. Oh, thank you, D. See, that's how I find out if y'all listening or not. I'm looking for somebody, when I say something wrong like that, I'm looking for somebody to correct me real quick, and I like the way you did that, D. Because I'm forever. Not for a little while, but forever. The promised land forever. Who was living in the promised land? The Canaanite. Who was the Canaanite? Came from Canaan. Who was Canaan? The son of Ham. What was the curse put up on Canaan?
Servant.
A servant of servant. Canaan, you've been over here building for who? My children that I'm going to see. See, that's why as believers, we don't have to go through what others go through. Because God got our way paid already. And I am not talking about what I think. I tell y'all all the time, believers go through what others die in. What others fall in. Believers go through. I went to the doctor yesterday. I was 30 minutes late. Matter of fact, I thought the appointment was later. My wife told me I ain't that out. That's Alabama time. I'm going to get me something to eat. Sit down and eat. She kept talking in there. I said, it's on my phone. Let me show you. I pulled the phone out. The phone's 8:30. It's already 8:45. I jump up. I take off. I got there after 9. I pull up to the door. I tell her, you get out and go sign my name. She go in. They accept me. Another lady come in. She was 30 minutes late. What did they tell her? Reschedule. You 30 minutes late. I said, oh, Lord, thank you. Thank you, Lord, because see, that could have been me. But guess what? God evidently, in the midst of it, said, that belongs to me, let him go in. That might be me talking, but that accident happened. While she was telling the other lady she had to reschedule, they had to call me back there. I'm on my way back. The lady looks at it. She said, wait a minute. I said, uh-oh. She said, that's all right, go ahead, hurry up. What am I'm not just talking about me. This is an example of how one can go through something that another fall in. That's all I'm saying. God said in his word, if I am for you, why can't we stand on the foundation that God has given us, which is his word, and believe his word to be true over everything else? The doctor said, the nurse said, the judge said, the president said. What did God say? That's who we need to be looking to. God, not man. Because the man that said whatever is said, he belongs to God too. I mean, God is in control, whether good or bad. He's still in control. Now he said, verse 16, look, he said, I will make thy seed as the dust of the earth. Wait a minute, Lord, I'm an old man here. And I don't have no children. You telling me that you're going to make my seed as the dust of the earth, so that if a man can... I mean, how many people you know can count sand? They put it in hourglasses. Flip it over and it's 1 hour. How many grains is in there?
A lot.
A lot. But